Hi everybody, it's Mike COOCH. All right, we've been putting together our video content now. Let's talk about how we start getting big traffic to these videos. And we're going to start with Facebook video ads. And of course, there's Instagram ads, there's YouTube ads, there's a lot of different options for us out there. But we're going to start with Facebook. It's a nice, easy ad platform, and people are getting tremendous results from Facebook video ads now. So let's talk about best practices. First, why is it such a big deal? Well, Facebook is really prioritizing video. There's a huge land grab going on between major brands, YouTube and Google in general, Amazon, Netflix, and Facebook, all around video. And so Facebook is really prioritizing video and really encouraging you to use video for engagement and for getting traffic. And the traffic can be really, really cheap using video ads. There's lots of good reasons to use these ads, and you can create really great engagement with your audience. And because of the viral nature of things on Facebook, you can get just huge exposure very, very quickly. So let's talk about specific best practices. First, as with any video that you're creating, you should get clear on who it's for and what your objective is, right? Is this an ad, going back to our ad objectives that we covered earlier in this program? Is it for awareness, to influence perception, to get somebody to take action, to increase loyalty, or to drive advocacy for your brand? It could be a combination of those things, but just pausing long enough to think that through so that you can be strategic about the content that you're putting together in your ad and who you're targeting can really go a long way in terms of making your video and your ad effective. Second is to get clear on what type of video will do best then. Is it informational, instructional, inspirational, or is it entertainment, right? And again, it can be a combination of these, but based on your objective and the audience that you're going after, think through, okay, what is the type of video that will do best? And then finally, once you've thought through that, now it's time to think through what's the format, the best format to deliver that message based on the objective and the type. Is it presentation slides? Is it a talking head? Some sort of action shot, animation? You really shouldn't determine that format until you've thought through the objective and the type of video that you want to get out there. Then make it appropriate length. Okay, and there's a saying out there in copywriting land, and excuse me if this offends anyone, but they say that your sales copy should be like a woman's skirt. It should be long enough to cover what you need to cover, but short enough to make it interesting. And that's the same thing with videos. You want to have your video long enough to cover what you need to cover, but you want to keep it short enough, acknowledging that people's attention on Facebook and just in general is not very long. So unless you really know what you're doing with copywriting and storytelling in your video, I would just tell you to err on the shorter side of things. Okay, and typically we try and keep our videos that we're putting out on Facebook to a few minutes or less, unless we know that we are going after an audience of real fans of ours, right? So, in our information marketing business, we may put out a video going to our fans that could be significantly longer than a few minutes because we know that people are already kind of bought into us and our message, and so we have a good chance of getting them to engage in a longer video. But if I was just sending out a video to cold traffic, it's most likely going to stay on the shorter side of things. All right, number 5, test Facebook ad objectives. So the default for video is video views. Okay, but you can still you can change that, and you can use the objective of getting website conversions. So I've seen each of these outperform in different scenarios. I typically, again, just keep in mind what is the actual objective of the content that I'm putting out there. If the content that I'm putting out there, if my desire is to build my brand and build my audience, then I would use video views. If it's to get people to convert into purchases or leads, then I would use conversions. Okay, so, but this is a new ad format for Facebook, and when they come out with new ad formats, sometimes you can get a little bit of kind of an ad objective arbitrage thing going on, where it seems like the ad engine, the ad optimization engine, maybe isn't quite dialed in perfectly inside of Facebook, and so you may find that by doing video views, you're actually going to get much better conversions than if you do conversions. So just test and see what works for you over time. Number 6, automatically create custom audiences. This is one of the cool features that Facebook rolled out with video ads. You can automatically create custom audiences of the people who viewed your video ad, and you can base it on the percentage of the video that they watched. So that's pretty cool. So you can create a custom audience of people who watched 75% of the video, or 50% of the video, or 25% of the video, or 10% of the video, and I believe there may be a couple of other options in there as well. I like to use 25% and 50%. Since we're doing shorter videos, somebody watching 10% of the video, that could be, it's just they're in their news feed, but they're not really paying attention to it at all, and 10% of my video could get viewed. But 25% and certainly 50%, somebody had to have made an attempt to watch our video. So at 50%, I assume that they're pretty darn interested, and I'm going to be more aggressive in my retargeting to that audience. And 25% is at least to me somebody that I'm going to continue spending money to retarget to. Number 7, sequence videos to your custom audiences. Okay, so create multiple videos in different formats with different messages, and then you can set up essentially what's like a video autoresponder to anybody that watches the first video. Okay, so you can create that custom audience of people who watched the first video, so they watch 50% of that first video, and you can make sure that then anybody who's in that audience will get retargeted with the second video. and then you can continue doing that, right? Somebody who watches at least 50% of the second video can then get a third video, and you can take that as long and as far as you want to. But you can imagine if you are, maybe sequencing some videos to do a little bit of a bigger sales pitch, maybe a higher ticket product of some sort, that the people that you actually get to watch video 1, video 2, and video 3, those are the people that are really going to engage in your content and really are going to be your most likely buyers at the end of your sales pitch. So consider sequencing those videos over time. You can do this in really creative ways, right? You could sequence videos that will go out to people who bought a particular product, thanking them and encouraging them to use their product and showing them how to use their product and encouraging them to share it with people, if they really like it. There's all kinds of interesting things that you can do with this sequence video approach and using the custom audiences that you created in the previous step. All right, number 8, include a call to action. There are multiple places that you can do this. Links in your video. You can have the different call to action buttons associated with your video ads, and then in your ad copy itself. Okay, so don't forget that when you put up these videos, you can still have ad copy around the video as well. And sometimes, even though you're getting people to watch that video, sometimes the copy around the video can still be very effective. Number 9, repurpose your videos. Hopefully this is something that I'm getting ingrained in everybody who's going through this program. You want to create your content once and use it multiple times, right? Find the different places that you can use it. So test these on Instagram. You can now run Instagram videos up to a minute. Put them on your blog. Use them in YouTube. Use them for YouTube video ads, right? There's all kinds of different places that you can put these videos. So make sure that you're repurposing your content to get the most out of it. All right, some things to test here that I don't necessarily have, firm best practices on. I think it really is kind of a scenario by scenario situation and assessment and testing, of course. But I have had, this is an example, sound versus no sound. Our very first video ad that we ran on Facebook was no sound, simply because I goofed up and didn't have the sound recording. But I was like, man, forget it. I'm just going to put this video up there and get it going anyway. And it worked like. You think that there was actually something intriguing to the fact that there was no sound for people? Like it actually engaged a lot of people that there was no sound. So it's something to test. Long ad copy, short ad copy, and no ad copy. Right, so I've run ads with each of these, and again, different scenarios. One outperforms the other. So testing and just getting creative there can get you really different results. Doing something attention-getting in the first 10 seconds. So in Facebook video ads, the sound is turned off unless they click on the ad and indicate that they actually are interested in hearing the sound. So because there's no sound, what you'll see is people doing something in the first 10 seconds of the video that may be a little bit shocking or humorous or whatever it is to try and get attention and try and get people to stop and focus on that video and then click on the sound. So that's something for you to consider. I have had absolutely no success with that, honestly. Seems like anytime we try and do something kind of over the top to get attention in the beginning of the videos, it honestly just backfires on us. So just test that. Using text overlays. So again, people won't have that sound on initially, and so if you're using text overlays on the video, then you may be able to sell them on clicking on that video based on the text that they're reading, right? Or they may be in a situation where they can't turn on the sound. Maybe they're at work or something like that, and they want to watch the video. So if you have the text overlays going, you may be able to still keep them engaged doing that. And then start as Facebook Live. Okay, for those of you who are willing to get in front of the camera and wing it a little bit, Facebook Live is absolutely massive and is going to be just a tremendous marketing opportunity here. And once you have created a video live using Facebook Live, that video can then be posted to your page and run as an ad, right? So once it's there, once it exists, you can then promote that video and post that video. And I believe that there's going to be a lot of incentive from Facebook for you to do it this way, to start as a Facebook Live video and then run it as an ad afterwards. I think that you're going to see huge results from that, and that's something that we're going to be testing here right away. So absolutely something to consider. So the final word I want to say on this is just do not overthink getting these videos created and getting them out there. I know a lot of people will suffer from perfectionism and feel like they have to get everything just right and it has to be a Hollywood quality video. Nothing could be further from the truth. Okay, I think actually some of the least formal videos are what works really well on Facebook, because people are on Facebook to see what their friends are doing and stuff like that. And so some of the most just kind of quickly put together unprofessional videos can work really well. Of course, use your judgment in terms of what it is that you're promoting and your brand and all that good stuff. But the point is, don't let perfectionism stop you from taking action on this. Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road in terms of creating some videos and actually getting them out there in public and getting eyeballs on them. Don't let perfectionism stop you.